Hello everyone, Dee Dee here, and welcome to another episode of Rising World. Today I think we're going to finish up this house. In between episodes I put in the counters and the table and the chairs, and there's not a whole lot of space in here, so we are going to do the stove and refrigerator. This is going to be the stove and that's going to be the refrigerator. And I'll show you just how I do that. I'm going to start out with the whiteboards, and we are going to make it as wide as it can go. Well, not quite as wide as it can go, but wide enough to be able to figure this out. Okay, and that actually looks really close, but what we're going to do is bring it over here. Okay, it's not quite wide enough to cover that handle, so what we're going to do is bring it over here. Ugh, it's just not behaving today. Okay, and that actually, as far as width, looks good. Yeah, looks good for width. Now we need to shrink it because it is too tall at the moment. And release control, so that we can move it around, shrink it some more. That looks pretty good right there. As far as height, we'll back it up just a smidgen. Ooh, that may not have gone where I wanted it. Oh, it's not bad. Now we're going to bring this right up to the edge of the counter, like so. And then we're just going to turn this using just the arrow keys and bring it up to the edge of the board here. Press Control, and we are going to work it in by using the the left arrow key. There we go. And that actually doesn't look half bad. We'll lock that in. Release control. Now we are going to flip the board. And obviously we want it to go where we want it to go. So we are going to we need to shrink it. We're going to put control on. I said control on, not fly everywhere. Okay, and now we need to move it over a little bit. There we go. And now we want to go Let's do a page down, page up a little bit, and there we go. And now we are going to take that same board, which we need to release control, stand it back up, shrink it down, which is the right, either right or left shift and the down arrow key, and put it against the wall like so. And we want to lengthen it just a little bit. And snap it in place. Alright, now we'll do the handles next, I think. So we'll take that out of my hand, and let's go with the beam, and we are going to shrink that. I'm holding down the right or left, either one, doesn't matter, shift key, and then first I did the down arrow and then I did the right arrow to make the knobs for the stove. And we are gonna start this right here. We're gonna press control, and we want to do, I'm doing the right or the left arrow key right now to kind of sink it into the wood a little bit so it doesn't stick out quite so far. And I'm going to leave it there. That looks good. And snap that in place. Move it on over. Nope, wrong way. Leave a little bit of space between the two. Snap that in place. Move it on over using the arrow keys. Now this one's going to be for the oven. Snap that in place. And snap that one in place, and we got one more. And that looks pretty good actually, so we'll snap that in place. Now we'll release control, and we need to hold down the shift key and the up arrow. Why? Okay, now we need to lay it down. There we go. And of course we need to shrink it because it is way too long for what we need. So we are going to do shift key and left arrow. Oh, no, I was wrong. Shift key and down arrow. And control, because we don't want it sticking out really too far, so we're going to arrow that in a little bit, like right there, and snap it in. And there we go, we got our oven door handle. Release control, Now for the refrigerator. Now we need to extend this. Almost right where we need it. So let's turn this just using the arrow keys. There we go. And place this right here. Press Control. Control is your friend when it comes to doing this type of stuff. That actually doesn't look half bad. So I'm going to snap that in place. And so the other side is in exactly the same position. I'm just using the left arrow key and moving it over while it's in control. And you gotta be careful where you're standing when you do this. There we go. That looks good. Snap it in place. Release control. Now we need to turn the board and do the front side. Now, pressing control there, I want to move this out. Looks good on that side. It's this side that I'm having the issues. That actually looks pretty good. So I'm going to snap that in place. Now I'm going to release control. And we are going to flip the board. It usually takes 6 pushes of the button. Now, I'm going to go like this because we need to shrink it. Oops. A down arrow key. We got to get it to the size, oops, of the there we go. Now there we go. I'm going to put that under control. And I'm doing page up. Okay, I'm going to do F2 because I need to be able to move around here. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. There we go. Now is it coming out the other side? No, it's not. Perfect. That actually looks good, so I'm going to snap it in place. Yes, it's not up as high as the other boards are. However, the reason why is because if I did bring it up a little higher, it was too high. So I'd rather go a little lower so it doesn't stick up. Now, we are going to use our beams. And it's being a pain in my butt. So we are going to lengthen this just a little bit. But first, I'm going to put this under control. Right about there. So I can move around. This table's being in my way right now. Okay, we're gonna bring this. Okay, we want to bring it out a little bit. Like that. That looks good for a refrigerator door handle. Now we're going to bring it straight up. No, not over. See, I even have problems. A lot of problems with this. And I've done several of these. Shift and the up arrow. Okay, we want to shrink it. Alright, we're going to have to release control as much as I don't want to. And shrink it. Right about there for a size. And now, because I have the capability of doing this, I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to hold shift and why is it not doing what it's supposed to do? Alright, let's bring this outwards, right about there, and now upward. No, I didn't want it to lengthen. Right about there. Fine. I'll just have to eyeball it. There we go. And now we're going to take and lengthen this. Flip it on its side. And now we need to lengthen it just a little bit. No, I didn't say make it bigger. And bring it down just a little. Here, let's put control on. And bring it down. It's too long on both sides. So we need to shrink it. I pressed the wrong key, guys. Alright. Shrink it one more time. Alright, let's bring it down so it's not sticking through. There we go. That looks good, and we want it as close to it as possible, so we're going to go with it right there. And release control. And it's done. Our stove and refrigerator in our dinky house is done. For some reason, this window looks weird. I wonder if there's 3 panes in there. There we go. Get rid of that extra one. Okay, we're gonna run over here because it's dark out there and sleep. Okay, guys. This house is completely done now. Our kitchen, our living room, the bedroom, and the bathroom. Yes, it was very hard to put a tub in that dinky room. So, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to get some blocks and make a porch of some sort. But I don't have any stone, so that means I'm going to have to do some mining. But we'll look and see what we have available right now in blocks that have already been made up. Alright. These are what we used, but we only have 3 of those. So let's look and see. We could use these. Aha! Here we go. There we go. I think this will do. So let's go take these steps down and make a porch. I know, yay, it's raining. I wish it was doing that in real life right now. It's raining. Because it is 86 degrees and very, very humid outside. And we'll go one more down here. Alright, I'm thinking, yeah, that should be good. We just want something so you're not just running up the steps and into the house. Alright, now we're going to take and do this. And like that. And now we're going to put our steps back. There we go. Now, for some reason, on this side of the door we have 3. On this side of the door we have 4. Okay. We will make it even. There we go. And we'll take and put some railing type thing on the sides so people don't fall off. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's put these back in here. And do I have any railings? No. I could make railings, or I could make them from scratch. Let's do it from scratch, guys. And we need this. I don't need this. Oops, wrong box. It goes down here. And this can go in here. Okay. Now we have fog and rain. Oh, yay. Alright, now, number 1. Okay, it was on control from last time. Alright, we want to shrink this down. So our down arrow key and our shift key. And I'm going to beef the size up a little bit. There we go. We're going to use grid to snap these on the corners. And right there. Now we are going to use our arrow keys again and the shift key And we are going to shrink it. I'm going to bring it release grid. Bring it to this one. And that looks about good. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And of course I don't have the... Oh, it's going the wrong way. Gotta turn it. Okay. And now you see how close they are together. I'm going to use the plus key to spread that out. Now what I'm going to do though is I'm actually going to start it right about here so it looks right. Using the left mouse button and just dragging it. Okay, now we got, since we have it going this way, let's go do this one right away. Like that. And now we got to turn it again. So that we can bring it this way. And oh my goodness, I need to go grab my crowbar because I don't have it with me, and I just noticed that those corner posts, because I had on grid, are not touching the ground. So I need to lower those so that they are touching the ground. And that is where your crowbar comes in handy. Come on. Let me in, which is this one right here. All right, let's go do it. And you can run in this game by using your Shift and W key. All right, now we need to remove this one, and we need to remove this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now we need to beef this up a little bit. And how you can do this, you can still use the grid, just do a minus on the grid, and that way you can move it where you want it and still have it touch the ground. Alright, and right about there, and right about there, And right about there. Now we're going to take that out of our hand and put this in our hand. And while we're doing that, we are going to shrink it in width. We are going to lengthen it. Okay, apparently that's going the wrong way. Let's get it going this way. Right about there for width, and then lengthen it this way. Okay, let's press the backspace and then we're gonna lay it down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's laying down. We're gonna bring it out here. Okay. We are going to shrink it just a little bit. Now maybe we can move it over. Okay, it's got to get a little bit longer. And we'll bring it over. We are going to shrink it as in Alright, we are going to put control on this so that we can move it around to where we want it. Using the arrow key, I am moving it closer to the windows. And trying not to have it hang way over on the outside. That looks good. I'm going to use the arrow keys and I'm going to take it all the way down to here. And this is how you make sure your boards are even. I know this video is getting a little bit long, and after I show you how to connect up with the other boards, I am going to be done. But this is how you make it so that it's the same from one end to the other, so it's not hanging over the outside more than the other one. And unfortunately, those are not even. So we're going to move it down out of the wall a bit. There we go. There we go. And now we're going to release control. We need to turn our board. And of course, we need to shrink our board from one end to the other. So we're gonna do that. We are gonna aim it. Right there. Press Control. And I want to use the arrow key and bring it down just a little bit, just so it intersects there. And I'm going to bring it out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Snap it in place, use the control arrow keys, bring it down and put it on top of this one. And we are done with the porch. So since this is going to take some time, guys, if you enjoyed the video today, please leave me a like. If you are new here or you are not subscribed, because I have many viewers that are not subscribed to me, I would greatly appreciate if you would subscribe. It helps me, it helps the channel, and it helps the channel grow. So if you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you would. But until next time, guys, this has been Dee Dee. Bye-bye for now. I need to lengthen it. Can I have it hang over that far? Yeah, good enough. Control. $43 minutes. What? Action is not stopping.